Hello, everybody. Welcome back to a brand new episode of Things to Ponder. I'm your host, 92 Dark Dragon, and my special assistant, my mom.
Hello.
Today's episode is all about things you wanted to know about certain breeds, but you didn't know who to talk to about it.
We're not the experts and we don't claim to be. All we know is we own all the dogs we're talking about. Yes, we really do. And we are breeders and rescuers of most of the dogs we are talking about. Except for the Siberian Husky. That's a later issue because that was a birthday present. No, not mine.
We'll get to that in a few minutes. Okay, first breed we're going to be talking about is the Yorkshire Terriers, or Yorkies for short.
There's a few things you need to know about Yorkies. One, they're divos, or divas, if you are unfortunate enough to have a female. The second thing you need to know about them is that their hair never stops growing. Yes, that's why you see them on the Eukanuba shows and the AKC Register, all those championship shows, and you think they have no feet. It's because their hair is like human hair. It does not stop growing, which means, yes, you have to brush it a lot to keep the tangles out of it. And you need to wash it a lot to keep the tangles out of it. Basically once a week, not as often as you have to do your own hair.
Yes. They come in like certain colors. Black, like black and gold, black and silver.
Black and blue, we don't mean bruises. Some people say that the silver, if it has a little bit of a shine to it, is blue. I call it silver. They make it sound more exotic by saying it's a blue. Yeah, whatever, it's a silver dog.
Yeah. They come in like certain sizes. There's the teacup Yorkie.
Actually, correction, there is never any animal, no matter who you buy it from, there is never a teacup anything except in your grandmother's stuff that she serves you the nasty tasting tea from. They're smaller dogs. Used to be called runts, but runts, I guess, is not a politically correct term anymore. So now they call them teacups. All it means is the just happen to be the dogs are smaller when they're born and they're only going to grow up to be so big. We have one dog, 2.5 pounds. He's 1.5 years old. He ain't getting no bigger. Everyone thinks it's a puppy, thinks it's brand new, like 8 or 9 weeks old. No, that's just the way he is. He is not a teacup. He's a small Yorkie,
And then there is the normal sizes.
which come from about 6 inches tall to about 8.5 inches tall. Yorkies are not that large. If you have a dog that weighs 12 or 15 pounds, you got a fat Yorkie.
Except maybe a Briard.
Yes, there are Yorkies and then a Briard Yorkies. All I mean is a stockier, huskier type dog. We own one, Theodore Edward, and he is a Briard. He is a bigger dog only because he's about 12 pounds and he's just a stockier one. Not much taller, just stockier.
Well, a few things you need to know about them health wise is they'll sometimes have low sugar and sometimes a
No.
hip displacement.
What and that's all. Don't panic, think you're not gonna take the dog. It's basically whenever the dog gets stressed or if it's, left in a hot environment, things like that. It's like a diabetic. They get low sugar. You can buy something that's called NutriCal. I'm not trying to sell you that product because trust me, there's other stuff around. But it's basically real fast infusion of sugar. It's liquid. You put it on your finger. Dogs like it. I don't know what flavor it is. I haven't tried it. Don't want to. Smells nasty. But if you don't want to spend the $5 or $6 on a tube of NutriCal, keep honey. Keep Karo syrup in your cupboard. Same thing, twice as cheap, and you can make cookies out of it, and the dogs will like it. No, only kidding. Just give them the Karo syrup, and everything's fine.
And it's just as sticky. Ugh.
And the hip dysplasia is most dogs have particular things with them that go wrong. Little dogs have little bones and little hips. So if they run, their hip may get out of joint. No biggie. They pull muscles in their joint, in their hips. No biggie. It's just like a runner that ends up pulling a muscle. Rub the muscle, rub the leg a little bit, they'll feel better. If you notice that they're screaming when you're touching it, chances are the hip is out of joint. You need to take it to a doctor.
Alrighty, the next one is Pomeranians, or Poms for short.
Poms come in buku colors, whether 2 colors, 3 colors, but the one 99% of you guys know about is that silly little orange one that is always on the Yukonuba or AKC registered championship show as a fluff ball with eyeballs, orange. It's an orange colored, sometimes orange sable if it has a little tint of black in it. There's certain requirements that you have to be a AKC registered dog. Whatever. They come in anywhere from orange to white to orange and white to black and white to black and white and brown. They come in 2, 3 colors. They're called party colors if you have more than a 2 color dog.
I have one that's a party color. Her name's Ariel. She's a grayish white with brown speckles. Well, it kind of looks like someone just splashed orange brown paint on her. Sweetest thing ever.
No, but the eyes.
And oh my goodness, the eyes. There are two different colors. One is green and one is blue. I just like to call her my little Pomeranian Husky.
And the reason we have her, just a quick one for you, the breeder did not want her because her eyes were 2 colors. Her sister, Tinkerbell, is a chocolate lavender colored little pom. She's about maybe 4 pounds. Her eyes are purple. Breeder did not want her either. They got rid of them, didn't want them. We took them. Stupid people, because trust me, you look on the internet and you look at dogs like that, sell them for $2,000 easy. Paris Hilton would love to have a dog that had eyeballs that matched her outfit. But no, not gonna go there.
Like I said, sweetest things. Anyway, besides that, they come in, well, certain sizes, like the small, the medium, and then we have like the large.
Chunky bunkins. That's what we have. We have 2 dogs, poms, perfect bred poms, no mixture of anybody else in them, about 20 pounds. Then we have the regular poms, 10, 11 pounds. Then we have teeny poms, 5 pounds. My daughter has a pom, worthless piece of garbage, kind of a waste of fur, orange, yes, just like you see on the TV, which is about 8 pounds of dog. No, it's 2 pounds of dog and 6 pounds of fur.
Let me explain that one. His name is Braveheart. Yes, he's about 2 pound dog, 6 pounds of fluff, extremely fluffy. No matter how wet you get him, you can get him just totally wet, and he looks like a drenched rat. And when he dries, he'll just be just nice and poofy like he was before.
And he does nothing. I repeat, does nothing. Does not like to get hot, does not like to sweat, does not like to get dirty, does not want to be outside when it's too hot, prefers to sit in the house with his feet propped up, happily watching television or a video game with my daughter. Worthless dog.
No, that is just my lazy, fluffy, cute little dog.
Well, he's doing exactly what he's bred to do. He's a buddy.
Well, yes. And
Now, if you're wondering where in the world are we putting all these dogs, don't ask. Yes, we have yet another flavor for you to ask about.
yeah. Oh, before we get to that, we must mention the Palm Uglies.
Oh, yeah. If you get a pom puppy and you get him about 8, 9 weeks old, like most people do, he's a fluffy little thing, looks like a marshmallow or a little orange tennis ball or something like that. Then, oh my God, you wake up one day and there is this ugly little dog that looks like it is a mutt, and you are bound and determined to take it back to the breeder and say, what the heck is this animal? Congratulations, your dog is probably about 16 weeks old and has reached the Palm Uglies. That means your dog has begun to shed his puppy fur, and he will shed it in clumps. He will look like a cancer patient. It's okay. He'll get through it. Depending on when you get him, winter or summer, depends on how bad he begins to look. But you'll notice it. You can't miss it. Every dog goes through it. Yes, he is a pure breed. You did not get ripped off. Give him about a month. He'll start looking better.
Yes. All right. The next breed, and this is just one of my fun ones, the Pug.
The little bug-eyed beastie that you're wondering, what does it do? Let me tell you, not much.
Believe it or not, people, pugs are actually bred to be a lap dog. I kid you not. They are actually bred since days of old to be a lap dog.
If you look them up, their only purpose in life is to be a companion. And as we record this, my little lap warmer is happily sitting there doing what he's supposed to do.
Snoring.
Snorting.
They come in two different colors, fawn and black.
And if you're wondering what fawn is like, yes, it's like a Bambi, it's a light brown.
Yes, and some people think that pugs are not manly dogs.
Let me tell you, people, get near a pug. These are the wonderful things it does. Now, think of either the last date you had or the significant male other somewhere in your life. It snorts, it snores, it farts, and it does other manly like things that we will not talk about on a PG rated.
Like burping and watching TV.
On the couch, that's all it does. It does nothing else. It eats, it burps, it farts, it goes back to television.
Yes. Now tell me that that's not a manly dog.
And the one thing you people probably don't realize about puglies is because pugs have such short fur, you think, oh, they're just the best little dog to have around the house. He doesn't do much, he doesn't shed. Oh no. He sheds like a St. Bernard. If you went around the house collecting all the little bitty pieces of brown fur, you think either everyone in your life is cheating on you with a short haired blonde person. No, it is your dog shedding. He sheds continuously.
Yes. They have the same problems as the Pom and Yorkies with the hip displacement and the low sugar. But another thing you must be careful of is they can't, they don't do well in cold weather and hot weather. And due to their like flat nose, flat,
They're smashed in face.
yeah, that.
You have to watch them because when they drink, they get water up their nose. And he has wrinkles. So you must make sure his wrinkles get cleaned. Yeah, it's like grandpa after eating. You got to make sure you keep his wrinkles clean so they don't get dirt in it, so it doesn't get infected. His tongue can reach halfway to his eyeballs, so he'll do his best about keeping his face clean. But just check the wrinkles every once in a while and make sure he got to those.
Well, we are running out of time for our episode, so we will be continuing this as a part 2.
And we will save my daughter's favorite dog till the next one, because she'd probably rather have all the time to talk about the new baby in one episode by itself.
Hey. Well, until next time, this is 92 Dark Dragon and my mom.
Bye.